Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to the Real Results Show. If you are ready to jump in and get today's free gift, type the word GO below the video, and we are going to send you our 3-step guide. And you don't want to miss this because it's really a great guide for 3 steps on how you can get real results for yourself and for your clients. So I would love for you to drop that word below the video. This is the Real Results Show, where we feature real health coaches and health practitioners getting real results for their clients and for themselves. I am your host, Piper Gibson, Director of Course Enrollment for Functional Diagnostic Nutrition, and I am really excited to have Lisa Orig with me today, and we're going to be talking about overcoming autoimmunity and how you can go from sick to sexy. Hi, Lisa. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. Thank you for asking. And how are you doing?
I'm great. I'm super great. So I heard you say that it was 9 a.m. there. Tell us where you are.
I'm in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Oh, my mom lives in Kauai. So.
Oh, very good. Is she doing well?
She is doing well. She's not going out too much, but yeah, I'm a little jealous of everybody living in Hawaii right now.
Yeah. Come visit when you can.
I will. You know, our plan was to go this year, and then all of this happened, so it didn't happen. But hopefully next year we'll be able to get out. Like I gotta get away. So absolutely. Tell us, everybody, where you are joining us from. So Lisa's in Hawaii. I am in New Mexico. So we would love to know where you are joining us from. We know we get people from all over the world. So let us know. Drop that below the video where you are joining us from. So Lisa, I'm really excited to talk about overcoming autoimmunity and how people can go from sick to sexy. What I would love to know is what inspired you to become a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner?
Well, a lot. I was extremely sick. I actually have written an entire book about it, From Sick to Sexy, if you want to read the whole story. But I was slowly getting better, but I started to realize there was more information that I needed. I had become a health coach already, and I was actually working with 2 separate IFM functional medicine doctors, and the information that I was getting, it just wasn't enough. And I had started to deteriorate. And so I was trying to go in and figure out, okay, how can I learn more information? How can I be more proactive in my own health? And I was watching Underground Wellness with Sean Croxton and Reed, I believe it was some sort of summit that he had done. I can't remember, but Reed came on and did a talk. And I don't remember what the talk was about, but it hit me. I was like, whoa, I've got to know everything that's going on here. So I went to the website and I started looking at everything, and I went, wow, I can learn how to run these tests myself. I can learn more tests, and I can keep track of what's going on myself. So I initially got into this for my own health, and best decision ever.
Fantastic. And so I imagine through FDN, you have really worked on those real results for yourself.
Yes. And so interestingly, I actually didn't intend on helping other people when I started. I was just doing it for my own health, to learn about my own health and to be able to keep track of my own health, because I had rheumatoid arthritis, ulcerative colitis, Hashimoto's thyroiditis. I'd had 8 miscarriages and 2 late-term stillbirths, and it just wasn't enough. But because of the way I went from sick to sexy, I had to start helping other people. And so that's I started doing it to help other people because I felt like I had to. It wasn't like I had ever really even intended on doing it, but I became so much better and really quite quickly that I decided to help other people. So that's why I started doing it with other people, not because it was ever even my dream or my goal. It was a calling. I had to do it.
Yeah, that really resonates with me because very much the same thing. You know, I started it out to work with my son. Many people know, but for me, like once we started seeing progress, people were like, "Hi, can you help me?" So Absolutely. That really resonates with me. So when did you graduate from the course and how long did it take you?
I believe I finished, I'm sorry if it's getting noisy out here. We've got a car alarm going on. I'm sorry about that. I believe I graduated in 2015. I believe I started in 2015 and I may have finished in 2016 at some point, and I don't remember exactly how long it took. I was just like gobbling the information in as fast as I could. So I was going as fast as I could. And I believe it was 6 to 9 months. I don't think it even took me a whole year to get through it. Of course, I now go back and revisit things because we have the opportunity to do that in our portal. And then also I get so many of the advanced trainings. I love them. Yeah, I want to get the OAT one. I haven't gotten that one yet. So I want to get that one next. But so I'm constantly revisiting things and learning more. But I think the initial training, I'm going to say 6 to 9 months. I don't think it took me a whole year to get through it. But I was pounding it. Like I couldn't get enough information once we got going.
Yeah, I relate to that as well. I'm working my way through the OATS course, but that is one of the really awesome things about FDN is that you became an FDN, you've been an FDN quite a while now. And so every time the course gets updated, you have access to all of those updates. And that is really one of the things that makes FDN awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's so valuable because really you don't have to go back and pay extra for the updates, right? It's you pay your initial course fee and then, I mean, as the updates come along, we get more information. So I love it.
That's awesome. I love it too. Okay, so we have Dr. Nabasi joining us from South Africa, Catherine from Columbus, Ohio. Rini is in Michigan. So welcome, you guys. Thank you for joining us. I have Lisa with me today, and we are talking about overcoming autoimmunity. And I would love to know how you have used lab testing and the FDN approach to help yourself and also help your clients.
Yeah. Well, I really think that the lab testing gave me that deeper insight I needed to see where I needed to target. Each of the labs, I think, it's such a big question. Each of the labs I feel are so important because they give a little bit more of the piece of the puzzle, and then you can work on that piece of the puzzle, as well as I feel like I can, for me and myself, we can see how things are going, right? So you can do labs, see how they are, start working on stuff, and then you get to do them again in 6 months or however long you want to, and you can see if what you're doing, not only if it's making you feel better, but if you're starting to see results in your cortisol levels, in your hormone levels, in your stool, with the microbiome and all of that. I've become addicted to the microbiome. I know there is far more to life than the microbiome, but right now I'm obsessed with it. So me and my husband actually every year we do an HTMA test and then gut microbiome test just to see how we're doing. And I encourage all of my clients, and many of them do at least the stool test once a year to see how they are, even if they're feeling better, just to make sure that they don't get off track. But I love it. Like I'm obsessed with it. And there's a new microbiome test that has come out that I can't wait to take. So, so I think you probably know what I'm talking about. But I've got it all ready to go, and we're going to get it going.
I did see that, and yes, I have been looking into that as well. And I think one of the other cool things is that when you are an FDN, you have really found your people, and you can get on here and you can talk about the microbiome, and everyone's like, I love the microbiome.
Yes.
Whereas like my husband's like, go find someone who wants to talk about the microbiome.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And so I started this group class, and we're actually, everyone in the group, they're going to do the new stool test together. And I'm going to use it as a learning tool for them to teach them what is the latest research on what's coming out with our microbiome. And then they get to look individually at how it's being reported for themselves. I think it's great. And they're really finding a sense of community in it, which is something that I think is really key in getting better, is that community that you just talked about with us, but then also that I'm really trying to create for my clients.
Yes, I love that. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, how do you feel the FDN community has supported you in your business and your own health endeavors?
Anytime I have a question, I can ask someone. I love the medical director program because if I'm not understanding what's going on, someone else has something to say about it, and you've already got it scheduled that you can go and talk to someone about it. As well as every time I speak with one of the medical directors, I learn even more. And I'm one of those people who's obsessed with learning. So when I get to learn even more, or I get to learn a new approach for a different issue, or a different way of looking at things for the same issue maybe that I've seen before, it's just tremendous. And then I am part of FDN-P, so I love getting the monthly, I think it's more than monthly, all of the stuff that we get to watch all the time. I feel like we get one every day. I love to consume the information. So having that new information and always just being in contact with the latest stuff that's coming out, it's really amazing. I know it before a lot of people, and it's because I'm learning about it from you guys. So
yeah, I think so too. And I was talking a little bit yesterday on Health Coach Tip Tuesday, so if you missed that, but in like the medical world, which we don't practice medicine, but in the medical world, there's something called translational medicine, where study comes out now, and it may take 30 years for that to get translated into what people are learning in medical school. But for us, in the health coaching industry, we can really stay on top of that cutting edge science and how we can use it with our clients. And the FDN community is the best place for that.
I really think so. I mean, because I have been everywhere. Anything that I can get my hands on and consume, I have been everywhere. And this is the place. And then the people that we're associated with through our testing or supplements or things or the diet information, all of it, it's like the latest information that you can come across. I love it. Yeah.
Do you have an ideal client that you work with?
I love everyone, but my people that gravitate to me are people who have rheumatoid arthritis, because it is so painful, and you can see results immediately. And once you start to feel that, you're like telling everybody. So I get a lot of people that have rheumatoid arthritis, and I get a lot of people that have had dead babies, because it's not something that people normally talk about. And I've had 2 late-term stillbirths at different times. So it's easy for me to just go in and work with people and be right there wherever they are in their place, and helping them understand how their microbiome created that problem, and then making the shifts that we need to make in their microbiome so that they don't have to deal with that issue anymore. So I would say definitely rheumatoid arthritis, also ulcerative colitis, but it's a lot of people that have similar issues that I have had. I've worked with many different fertility issues, PCOS, endometriosis, all sorts of different stuff like that. But yeah, I would say,
awesome.
And they're mostly women. I've had a couple men, but mostly women. Yeah.
And are you full-time, part-time? Do you do see in-person, virtual? How do you work?
So I also own a Pilates studio and have a Pilates TV show. So I still do that. It's one of those things where it's not like I didn't have something really fantastic going on when I started this. It's just I felt like I needed to share this information with people through my voice, because I knew that my voice was going to help someone, that someone else's voice might not help. So I have that all going on. So but I work, I would say, I don't want to say, gosh, I work a lot. I would say it's definitely part-time. It's not full-time because I'm doing the other stuff, but it's a lot. So I work with people individually, virtually only. I don't have them come in to my studio or my space. We do all of this virtually because I find it works better for people who don't feel well, because then they can stay at home and connect with me at home, and they can sit in their bed and we can deal with what we have to do at home. So I don't even go try and bring them in or ask them. I just have it all set up. I have a really cool portal that has HIPAA compliant video stream that we can use. So we do everything that way. and I work solo or individually, but then I also work in groups now. So I started this group course, and it's a 6-month group coaching course that we're going through that I was talking about earlier with the stool test. And I love it because I can help more people. They can help each other. And I'm able to get to more people because I can only take individually like 5 to 10 people at a time and have enough time to do what I feel like I need to do with them. And then also work in my studio and the TV show and all the other stuff that we get to do. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you guys are just joining us, make sure to drop the word "go" below the video, and we are going to send you our 3-step guide to getting real results for yourself and for your clients. So drop the word "go." And Lisa, tell people how they can get in touch with you, your website, your social media.
So my nutrition website is www.upsidedownnourishment.com. You can also go to fromsicktosexy.com. I am on Facebook with Upside Down Nourishment. I think it's USD Nourishment. I don't have an Instagram for Upside Down Nourishment yet, but I need to get that set up. And we're actually in the process of creating a wellness farm so that I can get raw milk and things like that I can't really get on the island right now. And I'm going to start a YouTube channel for Upside Down Nourishment, kind of going through, what I do health-wise, but then also building the farm, the process of actually going through and building it. So that'll be on YouTube, but that's not there quite yet. But yes.
That sounds really awesome.
And then you can also purchase the book that I just published in May, From Sick to Sexy, on Amazon. So you can go to Amazon, type in From Sick to Sexy, and then you can read the book and see the whole story. And FDN is in there.
Where can we take your Pilates class? Is your show just local to Hawaii, or is it?
So because a blessing in disguise, I've gone global. So you can actually just hire me to teach you Pilates. You can go to upsidedownpilates.com and then schedule with an introductory solo lesson package, and then we do it via Zoom. So I'm having people still come into the studio, but a lot of people are apprehensive about being around other people. So I'm doing everything by Zoom now, and it'll stay that way forever. And then our TV show is actually on YouTube. So you can go to youtube.com/upsidedownpilates and work out with me on the beach. We actually just shot at Waimea Valley yesterday in front of the waterfall. So it was really cool. But I'm a little parched today, so.
So jealous. That sounds amazing.
We'll go to the YouTube channel, and then you can do it with me.
That's a great idea. Do you have a #1 tip, tool, or resource, something that you learned from FDN that has really made all the difference in your own personal health, or even as a health professional?
I have 2. #1 is test, don't guess, because I feel like I spent a lot of time shooting in the dark, and being able to look at the test results, and not just one, but putting everything together with the whole picture and get a better picture, invaluable. Like you can't, you got to do it. I don't know why everybody else doesn't do it, but maybe it'll catch on eventually. And then the second tool is, and I was just talking about this in my group coaching class. Most people think it's just diet and exercise, and it's not. It's the whole picture. And I think FDN does such a fabulous job of teaching that in the course. It is diet, it is exercise, not too much exercise, because I was the opposite. I was crazy exercise lady. I had to cut it back. I mean, I was dancing all day long. I had to do a lot less. It is sleep. It is being out in the sun. It is healthy relationships. It's the toxins in your environment. It's this entire picture of yourself, and FDN teaches that very clearly. And that, I would say, I'm going to cry, that made the biggest health change, was me looking at that and understanding that it was the whole picture. Because I was doing diet and exercise, but there was a lot of stuff I wasn't doing. So yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. And I agree. And you can't cry on here, because then I cry, and then everybody new rule. Nobody, you can't cry on here.
I cry a lot, so sorry.
And that, I think that's one of those things, is that the FDN experience can be really emotional because, like I've said a million times, it completely changes your way of thinking and your approach to health. And I completely relearned everything I ever thought I knew going through the FDN course.
Absolutely. Me too. 100%.
Yeah. Do you have some advice you'd like to offer other health coaches or professionals who might be watching us?
If you're considering becoming an FDN, just do it. It's going to help you and it's going to help your clients. Especially, I know that there's a lot of health professionals, doctors, nurses, all of these type naturopaths even, and they're still struggling with their clients and their health. And I think that this information gives a much more complete picture than anything I experienced as a patient in those other types of modalities. And if you're someone who's struggling and you're really struggling and you can't find anyone to help you, you gotta do it yourself. I mean, and this gives you all the tools that you can to just take your health into your own hands and go and figure out what's going on and the changes that you need to make to get better. So 100%. And if you already are a health coach, being able to do the testing in addition to just the regular coaching is, you have to do it. I mean, you're going to be so much more of service to your clients having that tool in your belt. So
yeah, game changer.
Yeah, total game changer.
Do you have any piece of advice? I know you kind of offered a little bit just now, but any piece of advice for those people who just might be struggling with their own health?
Yeah. I think you have to realize that the people that are giving you the advice are giving you the advice, but you have to own your health. Like it's, you're the one that needs to be calling the shots. You're the one that needs to be making the decisions. And you need to find, if you don't want to become an FDN yourself, you need to find someone that is going to be a support on your journey rather than pushing you on their journey where they're going to take you. And that's rare, but there's a whole lot of FDNs that are here to help you, that will help support you on your journey. But you have to take it into your own hands and stop looking at it like someone else is going to fix me, because no one else is going to fix you, especially in an autoimmune or infertility situation. They can try and they can put Band-Aids on and whatnot, but if you really want to be healthy, you are the boss in this situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Lisa, thank you so much for being on the show today and sharing your insights with others about how they can get real, long-term, sustainable health results for themselves and their clients. One more time, tell the audience how they can get in touch with you if they're interested.
www.upsidedownnourishment.com is my website for nutrition. UpsideDownPilates.com is the Pilates website. And then you can go on to Amazon and just purchase From Sick to Sexy by me and then my lovely, most amazing friend in the world, Shelley Ernst, who is actually a writer. So you can go grab the book and start reading, and you'll learn a lot of stuff that's in the FDN course if you're interested.
Awesome. Thank you, Lisa. And for those of you who are ready to become true health detectives, to help yourself, to help others on a deeper level, you can schedule a call with one of the FDN course counselors at functionaldiagnosticnutrition.com/counselor. You can find me on there. You can also book a call with Kelly and Jess, but we would love to connect with you and talk to you about FDN and how it can also change your life. So thank you everybody for joining us. I will be back next week, same time, same place with a new guest. And then I will have Reed with me for Health Coach Tip Tuesday next week. So join me live on Tuesday, same time. And thank you again, Lisa. Thank you for joining me today.
My pleasure. It was an honor. And thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Bye, everybody. I hope you have a fantastic day.
Aloha.